Stop. If you're planning to renovate your house in New Zealand, or if you've already started work first and asked questions later, then the next few minutes could save you $200,000. What do you think that $200,000 is? It's the maximum fine you can face in New Zealand if you start building work that requires a building consent without applying for one. Let me say that again. This isn't scaremongering. It's written clearly in Section 40 of the Building Act 2004. Doing building work without consent is a serious illegal act. So why do so many people, maybe even you watching this, end up falling into this expensive legal trap? It all comes down to a very common but extremely dangerous misunderstanding. Many homeowners think it's just adding a bathroom or just knocking down a wall. How big a deal can it be? You assume it's just paperwork. Completely wrong. Legally, this can be a criminal offense, and this trap often starts with advice that sounds very professional and experienced, something you've probably heard, especially when you want to renovate and sell for a better price. No worries, just get the work done first. You can make up for the consent later by applying for a COA. Listen carefully, I'm going to be very clear. New Zealand law does not allow you to apply for building consent after the fact. That route doesn't work, which leads to the key question. What is a COA, Certificate of Acceptance, actually for legally? It's intended for situations where, because of an emergency, such as saving lives or responding to a disaster, you had to start work first. Many people, including some builders, completely misunderstand what emergency means. In your head, you're thinking, renovate first, apply for a COA, and everything's sorted. But what's the legal reality? Upgrades done to help you sell your house have nothing to do with an emergency, so the council has every right to refuse your COA application. And if it's refused, is that the end of it? No, that's only the beginning, and what comes next will give you an even bigger headache. Once your COA application is refused, the council's next step is to issue you a notice to fix, a formal notice requiring you to put things right. Do you know what that means? It means the work you just spent a lot of money on may need to be removed by your own hands, and that hefty fine can still land in your mailbox. And even if the council gives you a chance, you still have to prove all the work is compliant. How do you prove it? Simple. Break open walls and pry up floors so they can inspect the pipes, structure, and framing inside. Are you willing to do that? Let's do the math, and you'll see how deep this hole really is. The financial loss is far more than just that $200,000 fine. Think about it. You first pay for the renovation, then you pay again to demolish it, and then you pay a third time to rebuild it properly. And at the end, the maximum $200,000 fine is still waiting for you. When you calculate it like this, taking the so-called shortcut of a COA can cost 2 to 3 times more than applying for consent properly in the first place. Isn't that paying money just to suffer? So how do you avoid this massive trap from the start? It's actually simple. The key is what you do before you swing the first hammer. So before you decide, before you even ask builders for quotes, what's the correct and safest first step? The proper process is just 3 steps. 1, clearly define what work you want to do. 2, check Section 41 of the Building Act to see whether it's minor work that may be exempt. And most importantly, before you do anything, consult a professional. Proactive advice is your best financial shield. Don't wait until you're staring at that yellow notice to fix before you regret it. A professional organization like AI Build can help you sort out all legal requirements before the project starts, assess your options, and make sure you're on the right path from day one. If you want more practical tips like this to save money and avoid pitfalls, like the next question many people ask, can I convert my garage into a bedroom? Follow AI Build and don't fall into the trap again. Finally, a reminder, this content is for information sharing only and does not constitute legal advice. Everyone's situation is different. Before taking any action, be sure to consult a professional and follow the requirements of your local council.